I'm gonna go ahead and shoot video and hope I can do something with it. The phone I've been using got wet last night. Doesn't appear to be working, but it might work when it dries. So I'm getting ready to get back on the trail. I got out of the horse area and up onto the main road for about a mile and then back onto the trailhead again, because that's what Google Maps told me to do. But I'm wondering if that was easier or not. Maybe it was trying to get me around a really bad hill or something. So anyway, I'm gonna go find a Denny's and then we'll go find REI and get a tire. It's not flat yet, but it's starting to wear out. I figure this would be a good place to get one. Then we're gonna hit the trails and get all the way through Spokane and cross the state line and into Idaho. I think we can do that all today. So, yay! Oh, military cemetery over there. I was gonna get a shot. This is the one thing I remember about Spokane. It's pretty here. There's a lot of trees. Also, there's some hills. But I think once I get down into the trail, we'll be okay. And windy. It's about 12:30. Spokane River. That's the big pavilion, one of the major landmarks here. I can never remember World Fair, I think. I used to know that. I used to live in Spokane, but I didn't do all the fun touristy stuff very much when I was here. Alright, from here I got about 35 miles into Idaho. I don't think they're doing hydro here, it's just a reservoir. Helicopter in the distance over there somewhere. Oh, they're doing hydro on this side. Never mind. There is a dam over there with power lines coming out of it. So they are generating a little bit here. Cool. This is upriver from that hydro dam we just saw a couple minutes ago. That's pretty nice. Not too bad. Got a rope swing if you want to drown yourself. I'll skip. Tempting though. We are getting mostly blue skies, a little bit of light haze. Not doing too bad for solar. I think I got about 12 or 13 miles left in Washington. It's getting warm, so I'm gonna sit in the shade and leave the bike in the sun for a few minutes. All right, we're gonna call this the end of the day, I think. Aside from one neighbor over there, little track up here, the biking trail goes right across the top. I'm just inside of Idaho now. Ready. Yeah, that's not bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, that's a bit of backlighting, but I think I got it dialed in. Alright, yeah, about 5:30 or so, I stopped at, there's a Walmart pretty close to state line on the Idaho side. So I picked up some bread and some stuff. Oh, and I got some ice cream. That was really good. I ate that in the parking lot. A little pint. Yum! Oh, now the wind is gonna blow. It feels good though. Okay, so last night it rained. It wasn't on the forecast, at least I didn't see it. I don't know how much it rained, but the other phone got wet and now it doesn't work. It's not a big deal because I got two nearly identical phones. One had a broken screen and this one had a bad battery, but so far it's working. So we'll just use this, and I think I'll just leave it. I'm pretty sure I can just recover the files off of the other phone when I get back home. I can just plug it into a computer and go into File Manager and pull off anything I need. So I'm not too worried. A little bit annoyed, but not too worried. A lot of what I do is on the cloud anyway, so I can recover almost everything I've lost, aside from a couple pictures and video clips, so it's not a big deal. I don't remember how much was on the clip this morning. No, I recorded something on the phone, I think, this morning. Anyway, so last night I had camped just off of the side of the trail on the west side of Spokane, and it's just an unlucky break. I had a spot that I probably could have camped. There was a couple of kids, I think, having kind of almost a domestic yelling match for quite a while on the trail, just a little bit away from me. And I wasn't really involved with it, but the camp host, there was the horse camp not too far from where I was. I would have just camped, but typically the horse camp is just for people with horses. The other camp was full. Okay. And because I had looked at that online, and I'm like, well, I don't have a horse, so you typically couldn't camp there. But I didn't ask. Anyway, so I knew it was there, and there was basically a sign that said no bicycles. So I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much not for me. Anyway, so the camp host at the horse camp called up the park ranger, and so two of them went out, and they happened to just basically be where I was. So I went over and talked to them, and I said, hey, the kids that are yelling are over there. And then at the end they're like, yeah, you really can't camp here. So the one thought, hey, let's have you go down and camp in the horse place, that way you're legal. Okay, it cost me $27, but at least then I was legal. Had a restroom, no shower though. Anyway, so that worked out pretty good. And it was like literally less than half a mile from where I was, so no big deal. And there was virtually nobody there. So I got to meet the camp host, Dan, and I don't remember his wife's name, but that's something I'm going to think about. So the idea is a camp host, and it's like every place is different. So I was just kind of asking him how do you become a camp host? You don't get paid, but you get free hookups, and you get to park your RV on the site for free. And they expect you to do, in this case, like 28 hours of work every week. So you're not quite slacking, but you're not working very hard either. Just basic upkeep and nothing too serious really, because there's also parks people that were coming in to do some of the work. So they were just there if somebody had a question, kind of thing. And little stuff really. So I was like, man, that would be an idea later on, because I'm thinking I want to do van life after the bike. So if I could get hooked up with that, basically every state has their own program. And he said in the case of Washington, it was like a 3-page form that you filled out, and they run a background check on you, and that's basically it. Then you can look at the list and see if you see a place you want to work and see if it's available. So or by area. And then there's county and federal and state and different, so once you figured it out, it's not permanent. You could be there for a few weeks or a couple of months depending on the area, so it would give you a chance. You can move around once in a while, and yeah, you're still working, but not too hard. You're not getting paid for it, but you get to live there for free, and you got free hookups. So that's better than I got it at home. Something to think about. I don't know. It'll be a while before I get the van, but I remember meeting people that were camp hosts, and I was just kind of curious how it worked, so I never thought to ask till now. So yeah. Anyway, we made it all the way through Spokane. Let's see. This could have gone either way, I guess. So after I came out of the campsite this morning, I decided I really wanted to go find a Denny's, because I haven't been to Denny's for a while. And just once in a while get a good load up on, you know, proteins and pancakes and stuff like that. So had to go way up a hill to get to this one, and then it was backtracked to the REI, which is a pretty high-end outdoor equipment bicycle shop, mountain climbing, hiking, all the good stuff. I noticed my rear tire on the bike was getting worn down, so I picked up one new tire and 2 spare tubes, and then let's see. Oh, and then after having rode a couple other bikes recently, I thought, okay, let me look and see what they had for handlebars and grips. I found a pair of grips that looked more comfortable. I might put those on today or tomorrow or something like that. I ended up spending like 170 bucks there, so yeah, it's all good stuff. It's all stuff I'm gonna need. I didn't really splurge on anything. And you walk into a place like that, yeah, it's more expensive. It's high-end stuff, but then it's really good stuff typically, you know. A decent tire for the bike is going to cost about 50 bucks, so that seemed about right. The tubes are probably better than average tubes. I think the tubes were $10 a piece. Okay, really not too out of line. And they had a huge assortment of sizes and types, so yeah, it was definitely worthwhile. Oh, and I picked up a little multi-tool, which I normally don't like, but I thought, okay, if I can get used to using a few of the smaller tools and then not have the bigger tools for the next time, so I'll kind of work on that on this trip and go like that. Oh, the front brake that's been squeaking, I'm pretty sure I warped the rotor a little bit from overheating. The rotor that's on there is the rotor that I've been using on the other wheel for the whole trip, so it's definitely one that has probably gotten overheated. That's why I needed to buy the multi-tool, because the rotor that I can take off of the other wheel needs a Torx bit, and I don't have anything with a Torx on it, so the multi-tool has a Torx. Yeah, and I've got 100 Torx bits at home, but not here. So I'll swap that out. Probably, again, not here. I'll wait till I get to a campsite so I don't have the bike completely taken apart. In case somebody does want me to move, I can pick up pretty easily. And like the last time, I'm not going to set up camp until I'm actually ready to, you know, until it gets just about dark, and then I'll set up and then be ready to roll out first light again. There's a campsite in Coeur d'Alene that I think was 24 bucks a night. I didn't see if they had showers. I almost thought about pushing through tonight, but with the clouds, and I haven't had good solar all day, and I thought I would get there with completely dead batteries and I would be exhausted. So what I think I'll do is wait, and then from here to there tomorrow will be a real easy ride, and I can get there pretty early, so I can get, you know, a lot of the sites are first come first serve. So if I roll in there like at noon or whatever check-in time is, then I'll be able to grab one of those pretty good odds. So yeah, anyway, yeah, today was neat. With just a couple of exceptions, I was on bike trails all the way through Spokane and into Idaho, and the bike trails are completely off the city streets. They're separate trails completely. There was some areas where I realized that the bike trail was slower than the city street was, and they were side by side, and the city street had bike lanes, so you're still next to traffic on the same street, but you're in your own lane. So I did that for probably 5 miles, because I could run faster and not have to worry about running over people on the walking trail kind of thing. And sometimes the street was smoother, sometimes not. Sometimes parts of the streets were pretty rough too. So yeah, it was worked out really well. So hopefully more cities get that figured out. And this would have also been a matter of, I was going from the west side to the east side, so there is a natural that's following the river, so that works out perfectly. Yeah, that be that. Yeah, I think that's everything for today. Anyway, as always, oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm on the backup phone, which is actually kind of the good phone in a way. So I think I got the same software set up now, so it'll probably edit almost the same as the other one. So I never really had much of a template I was using anyway. So yeah, Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. Days like today, I'm really glad I got people chipping in, because you know, you go all of a sudden blow $180 at REI and it comes out in a little bag and you're like, ah. Oh, there's your funny thought for the day. I had this thought a couple days ago just before I fell asleep. It's like, okay, I've got $1,500 worth of motor and controller on this bike, and a $700 bike, and then, you know, the trailer wasn't very much, and then the solar panels, plus the whole first bike and the whole first trailer. I'm like, okay, let's say I got $2,000 worth of bike there. Now, I still wouldn't have made it very far if I had my truck, I guess, you know, but it's like, traveling by bike is cheaper because I'm not paying for the miles as far as, you know, gas, but I'm still eating, I mean, I'm eating food every day. So in that respect, if it takes me 10 times longer to get there, I've eaten 10 times more food than I would have if I just would have rode the motorcycle or something like that. So that kind of makes your head hurt. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks. Bye.